The world is changing. Cities are evolving. With adoption and deployment of digital technologies, cities are now more than brick and mortar. They are becoming innovatively functional and aspirational. Communities are becoming smart. Smart cities are the future.
The basic elements required in a smart city: two things: electricity, constant electricity, and high-speed internet.
In a smart city, the goal is to address growing urbanization challenges with a digital framework. The framework is an intelligent network of connected objects and machines that transmit data using wireless technology and the cloud.
A village with electricity and high-speed internet is already smart.
Smart cities can improve energy distribution, streamline trash collection, decrease traffic congestion, and even improve air quality with help from the Internet of Things.
The right leadership with the right vision, I think, can be able to deliver and change some of our cities to smart cities.
Programmers Foundation is today a major advocate for the development of smart and connected communities and cities in Nigeria. The COVID-19 pandemic devastated the world, but it has also demonstrated just how much digital innovations are needed to serve the society. Innovations that make the people smarter, better connected, healthier, precipitating solutions that have a positive impact and relevant local content. Amos Emmanuel, chairman of Programmers Foundation, constant refrain is that change does not happen on its own. It is influenced by people who innovate. He is always calling and urging innovators to rise and occupy leadership positions in every part of the world, particularly in Nigeria. He is a firm believer that the world innovation cannot be complete without leadership contribution from Africa and especially Nigeria. Programmers Foundation Africa, tapping into the growing, the digital awareness, has taken up the challenge to help the continent progress. Programmers Foundation was established in 2009 by Programmers Software Limited, a long-standing leader in the capital market financial technology subsector that saw the need to fund activities help realize the goal to deliver Innovationbed ecosystem for Nigerians. Amos Emmanuel, Chairman, Chief Software Architect for Programmers Software Group, is a prolific software designer and entrepreneur. He has served as ICT backbone to numerous financial institutions in Nigeria with over 25 years' experience automating and maintaining more than 100 capital market operator organizations in Nigeria and Ghana with the multiple award-winning Cloud Integra. He is the UN World Summit Awards eminent national expert for Nigeria. Programmers Foundation is engaged in significant work. It is helping Africa harness the power of technology. It is teaching Africa to innovate. The impressive and groundbreaking work that Programmers Foundation has pioneered is particularly important in the light of the United Nations UN Decade of Action on the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. The Decade of Action calls for accelerating sustainable solutions to all the world's biggest challenges, ranging from poverty and gender to climate change, inequality, and closing the finance gap. Technology promises to play a larger-than-life role in this quest. Programmers Foundation, through its work, offers Africa a huge chance and gives her a massive advantage. Programmers Foundation may well be Africa's linchpin. Two important segments of Programmers Foundation's multi-pronged approach include the Innovationbed Africa and Smart City Project. Innovationbed Africa is playing a strategic role in identifying and promoting indigenous solutions. Since it emerged on the scene, Innovationbed has made steady progress. Today, it is a go-to organic platform for startups incubation and multiplication. Without a doubt, Innovationbed SDGs framework offers Africans a community-based collaborative hub in the areas of mentorship, innovation capacity, development, and entrepreneurship. Indeed, the emergence of an entrepreneurial bespoke IT ecosystem is perhaps the best way to precipitate the growth of the ICT sector with the development of relevant and functional solutions. The way Innovationbed works is to constantly explore the relationship between technology and broader social issues. Everywhere, Africa appears to be behind. Innovationbed has become a bridge builder, an aggregator, and facilitator. It is spearheading efforts to contribute to efforts to build a digital ecosystem for innovation development in Africa. Innovationbed has incredible long-standing strategic initiative research partners, including the Global Digital Foundation, ICT4, SIDS, Info Poverty, World Conference, Oparazone Global, and Amiable UN World Summit Awards, WSA, eminent national experts from over 180 countries. These alliances have funded Innovationbed to advance actions towards the UN Sustainable Development Goal from across the respective countries. The World Summit Awards are a unique award system selecting and promoting local digital innovation to improve society, combining an ongoing series of international events and activities with a global network of startups, social entrepreneurs, mentors, jurors, speakers, experts, government leaders, academia, civil society. WSA is an international platform for cutting-edge examples of how ICTs can impact society positively. Innovationbed coordinates Nigeria's participation. The vision is clear: to address Africa's greatest socio-economic challenges through innovative technology solutions by offering opportunity platforms for growing quality and knowledgeable generation of startups in the new nation-building transformation agenda. Innovationbed Startup Opportunities Gateway incubates for promotion, growing innovative African startups and impacting the ecosystem positively. In Nigeria, members of the Innovation Council comprise of outstanding digital entrepreneurs who have at one time or the other researched, designed, and developed great innovation with positive social impact on the Nigerian society and beyond. Programmers Foundation's involvement in technology solutions embraces smart city. appreciation of the fact that a smart city is not a computer. A smart city is a city that uses ICT to increase operational efficiency, share information with the public, and improve both the quality of government services and citizen welfare. The economic realities indicate that as more and more people move to urban areas, cities will struggle to cope with the influx of people. The need to create smart cities is becoming all the more unavoidable. Smart cities will make urban areas more livable and truly sustainable. Programmers Foundation is actively working to promote smart city solutions. For the last decade, Programmers Foundation has been working with the UN World Summit Awards to select, promote, connect purpose-driven local innovation with a strong impact on improving the Nigerian society, given the too many social challenges they face. Amos is tireless in working to improve continental participation in the UN World Summit Awards Global Innovation Competition. In his words, he once encouraged young people across the African continent to dream, to reach for the sky, and be part of the solution to move Africa forward. Amos Emmanuel has started a grand project. The impact will reverberate for eons. Programmers Foundation is driving the Innovationbed to transform Africa and establish smart cities across the continent. The world is changing. Cities are evolving. With adoption and deployment of digital technologies, cities are now more than brick and mortar. They are becoming innovatively functional and aspirational. Communities are becoming smart. Smart cities are the future.
The basic elements required in a smart city: two things: electricity, constant electricity, and high-speed internet.
In a smart city, the goal is to address growing urbanization challenges with a digital framework. The framework is an intelligent network of connected objects and machines that transmit data using wireless technology and the cloud.
A village with electricity and high-speed internet is already smart.
Smart cities can improve energy distribution, streamline trash collection, decrease traffic congestion, and even improve air quality with help from the Internet of Things.
The right leadership with the right vision, I think, can be able to deliver and change some of our cities to smart cities.
Programmers Foundation is today a major advocate for the development of smart and connected communities and cities in Nigeria. The COVID-19 pandemic devastated the world, but it has also demonstrated just how much digital innovations are needed to serve the society. Innovations that make the people smarter, better connected, healthier, precipitating solutions that have a positive impact and relevant local content. Amos Emmanuel, chairman of Programmers Foundation, constant refrain is that change does not happen on its own. It is influenced by people who innovate. He is always calling and urging innovators to rise and occupy leadership positions in every part of the world, particularly in Nigeria. He is a firm believer that the world's innovation cannot be complete without leadership contribution from Africa and especially Nigeria. Programmers Foundation Africa, tapping into the growing, the digital awareness, has taken up the challenge to help the continent progress. Programmers Foundation was established in 2009 by Programmers Software Limited, a long-standing leader in the capital market financial technology subsector that saw the need to fund activities help realize the goal to deliver innovation-led ecosystem for Nigerians. Amos Emmanuel, Chairman, Chief Software Architect for Programmers Software Group, is a prolific software designer and entrepreneur. He has served as ICT backbone to numerous financial institutions in Nigeria with over 25 years experience, automating and maintaining more than 100 capital market operator organizations in Nigeria and Ghana, with the multiple award-winning Cloud Integra. He is the UN World Summit Awards eminent national expert for Nigeria. Programmers Foundation is engaged in significant work. It is helping Africa harness the power of technology. It is teaching Africa to innovate. The impressive and groundbreaking work that Programmers Foundation has pioneered is particularly important in the light of the United Nations UN Decade of Action on the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. The Decade of Action calls for accelerating sustainable solutions to all the world's biggest challenges, ranging from poverty and gender to climate change, inequality, and closing the finance gap. Technology promises to play a larger-than-life role in this quest. Programmers Foundation, through its work, offers Africa a huge chance and gives her a massive advantage. Programmers Foundation may well be Africa's linchpin. Two important segments of Programmers Foundation's multi-pronged approach include the Innovationbed Africa and Smart City Project. Innovationbed Africa is playing a strategic role in identifying and promoting indigenous solutions. Since it emerged on the scene, Innovationbed has made steady progress. Today, it is a go-to organic platform for startups incubation and multiplication. Without a doubt, Innovationbed SDGs framework offers Africans a community-based collaborative hub in the areas of mentorship, innovation capacity, development, and entrepreneurship. Indeed, the emergence of an entrepreneurial bespoke IT ecosystem is perhaps the best way to precipitate the growth of the ICT sector with the development of relevant and functional solutions. The way Innovationbed works is to constantly explore the relationship between technology and broader social issues. Everywhere Africa appears to be behind, Innovationbed has become a bridge builder, an aggregator, and facilitator. It is spearheading efforts to contribute to efforts to build a digital ecosystem for innovation development in Africa. Innovationbed has incredible long-standing strategic initiative research partners, including the Global Digital Foundation, ICT4, SIDS, Info Poverty, World Conference, Apollo Global, and valuable UN World Summit Awards, WSA, eminent national experts from over 118 countries. These alliances have funded Innovationbed to advance actions towards the UN Sustainable Development Goal from across the respective countries. The World Summit Awards are a unique award system selecting and promoting local digital innovation to improve society, combining an ongoing series of international events and activities with a global network of startups, social entrepreneurs, mentors, jurors, speakers, experts, government leaders, academia, civil society. WSA is an international platform for cutting-edge examples of how ICTs can impact society positively. Innovationbed coordinates Nigeria's participation. The mission is clear: to address Africa's greatest socio-economic challenges through innovative technology solutions by offering opportunity platforms for growing quality and knowledgeable generation of startups in the new nation-building transformation agenda. Innovationbed Startup Opportunities Gateway incubates for promotion, growing innovative African startups and impacting the ecosystem positively. In Nigeria, members of the Innovation Council comprise of outstanding digital entrepreneurs who have at one time or the other researched, designed, and developed great innovation with positive social impact on the Nigerian society and beyond. Programmers Foundation's involvement in technology solutions embraces smart city. First is the appreciation of the fact that a smart city is not a computer. A smart city is a city that uses ICT to increase operational efficiency, share information with the public, and improve both the quality of government services and citizen welfare. The economic realities indicate that as more and more people move to urban areas, cities will struggle to cope with the influx of people. The need to create smart cities is becoming all the more unavoidable. Smart cities will make urban areas more livable and truly sustainable. Programmers Foundation is actively working to promote smart city solutions. Over the last decade, Programmers Foundation has been working with the UN World Summit Awards to select, promote, connect purpose-driven local digital innovation with a strong impact on improving the Nigerian society, given the too many social challenges they face.
Okay.
AMOS is tireless in working to improve continental participation in the UN World Summit Awards Global Innovation Competition. In his words, he wants to encourage young people across the African continent to dream, to reach for the sky, and be part of the solution to move Africa forward. Amos Emmanuel has started a ground project. The impact will reverberate for eons. Programmers Foundation is driving the Innovationbed to transform Africa and establish smart cities across the continent.
make a video like this of myself, I could just make a really cute one of caricature with me.
Okay. Hello.
Good evening, sir.
How are you?
Fine, sir.
Why do we always have the oppressors first?
Hello, good evening.
So, evening. So, just a minute to go. This meeting will be off the ground from 8 o'clock.
Yep.
Right, Michael, how are you? Your sound good?
Yeah. I'm good.
Excellent, Michael. Well done. Thanks.
Okay.
We just have a few people here yet, but then from 8, everyone should know the class kicks off. The people I have in the house are the oppressors of the house.
Good evening.
The oppressors of the house.
I don't believe I will press anyone so far.
The Mr. Shitu, the Mr. John, the Aliu Ayuba. Very oppressive. Right. Yes, so why we will not have to waste any time at all. I will actually welcome Mr. Shegun Shedimu. And the House is aware this program is actually was to start by 8 p.m. And here we are. Everybody from different parts of the country. We have David Yako from Benue. We have Bedi Abasi from Akwa Ibom. We have Shitu Benga from Ogun. I'm sure they will introduce themselves later because they're not paying me to do this. Okay. Right, but first, I would love to introduce my guest today. And before then, I'll just share a little background, perhaps maybe after introducing Mr. Shegun. Mr. Shegun is actually an innovator by excellence. He is actually an expert in the area of blockchain and a whole lot of it. Machine learning, big data, and so on. Tonight, if we were to handle everyone the way it can be done, by saying we want to speak all of these languages, then it will be an overkill. So we will actually pick on machine learning for today. And I'm sure by the time our guest Mr. Shodimu Shegu Michael, starts and wraps up, everyone should be left with 100% full knowledge of what machine learning is all about. Because somehow there's no way you can actually part man from machine and vice versa. So I will seize that opportunity to say, Mr. Michael, we welcome you to Innovationbed House. We tag ourselves a reality innovation camp. We started as a digital camp some few weeks ago when we summoned some youth from across the country on a smart city innovation workshop, which is to run for 6 weeks. We have done 3 weeks already. We still have 3 more weeks to go. And we are blessed by a professor and the program director for Harrisburg University of Science and Technology in Pennsylvania, in the US, who is actually anchoring the program from the US for us. So alongside the journey for smart city innovation, we found need to be putting some of these side knowledge developments to these participants. And I must say, we feel honored for you to grant us this privilege and this invitation today to speak to us. So thank you so much, Mr. Michael. I will actually ask the available people to introduce themselves in turn. Perhaps just call on their names to introduce who they are. And we will like Mr. John to introduce himself. You have the floor, Mr. John.
Yes. Good evening. My name is Bedabasi John. I'm the Innovationbed subject matter expert for nominee from Akwa Ibom. And I've been in this workshop for about 3 weeks now, getting on to the 4th week. And the knowledge gain has been beneficial, and I actually very much look forward to the more knowledge that I'll gain from today's meeting. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. John. Mr. Shitu. Mr. Shitu Olubenga, unmute yourself.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Michael. I'm Shitu Olubenga, and I represent Ogun. I'm a subject expert of the transport. Playing in for a while. So I'm actually working on transport. Despite that, apart from that, I'm also a software developer. So today's topic is something of interest.
Okay, Shitu, that's all right. Thank you. Aliu, are you on? Aliu. Please,
yes,
if you are not talking, mute yourself.
Yes.
Aliu, please introduce yourself.
Yes, I am Aliu. I'm from Manchester. So, in my area of concern for this machine learning and artificial intelligence, because I know a little bit on AI and machine learning. So, I wish I can gain more knowledge than my previous knowledge on machine learning.
Can you introduce yourself? What's your name? Where are you from?
Yes, I already say I'm from Manchester. Hello? Hello, sir.
Yeah, please. That's all right. Are you okay?
Yes, I am Ali Ayuba from Bauchi State, presenting Bauchi State.
All right. Thank you. Can you mute yourself? Let's have David Yaku from Benue. Introduce yourself.
Okay, good evening all.
Good evening.
David Yaku, representing Benue State.
All right. He's talking. He talks like a gentleman, but he's not. He's actually from Benue. Thank you, Mr. Yaku. Thank you, Mr. Yaku. Let's hear from Awa.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Hawasani Bello from Kano State.
That's all right.
So,
great.
Okay.
Thank you. Let's take the intro very quickly. You can mute yourself after speaking so that we don't disturb sound-wise. Abubakar Mohammed. Mohammed Abubakar, are you on? Introduce yourself. Do I have Isiaku? Introduce yourself, please.
Hello, everyone. My name is Awal Ishiaku from Taraba State.
From Taraba. Right. So I think that will be about the bit we can take so that we don't waste our guests' time. With us, we have Mr. Shegun Shodimu Michael, and he will actually engage us tonight in the machine learning workshop that we have planned for. So, Mr. Michael, please, you have the floor, sir. You can share your environment.
Okay, sir. So, good evening, guys. My name is Michael, and I am a software engineer, blockchain developer, machine learning engineer. And I've been doing this for 10 years plus now. So I've been fortunate to, build different systems that solves different problems. And although today the plan is to have machine learning and blockchain tutorial, but due to the complexity of the whole system.
Mr. Michael, you may help us check the sound. Mr. Michael, you may help us with the sound.
Okay, what about now?
All right.
How about now?
Better.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I said, my name is Michael, and I've been into tech for 10 years plus now, and I've been fortunate to work in different tech sectors such as software engineering, web development, mobile, machine learning, blockchain, and distributed system, and also big data. So the plan before now was to have blockchain and AI workshop today, but because of the complexity of the two topics, I would decide to break them down. So today we'll be handling machine learning. Then later in the future, maybe by next week, we'll have the second part, which is the blockchain phase. So without further ado, I think we can jump into it. But before we jump into it, I will try as much as possible to make this this session interactive one, as against just telling you what it is. I want you guys to ask me questions, extensive question, any question, so that it will allow me to gauge your level of understanding in this context.
Okay, let me emphasize that for you, sir. Mr. Michael, let me emphasize that for you. What the guest speaker is telling us now is that everybody here is a lecturer.
Yeah.
He doesn't want himself to be the lecturer. Everybody here must be a lecturer. So you have to be as participative as possible. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, thank you, sir. So I want this session to be interactive as interactive as possible. I just don't want to be the one doing the talking. I want you guys to ask me questions. No question is I will take up any questions. So that's what I'm trying to say. I will share my screen now, then we can move on from that. I think I can share my screen, Okay. Let me know if you guys can see my screen. Can you guys see
We
my
can
screen?
see. Yes, we can.
Yes. Yeah.
We can.
So like I said earlier, yeah, like I said earlier, this session will be interactive as much as possible. So machine learning. So I'm sure most of us would have machine learning from somewhere before. I'm sure this will not be our first time of hearing the word machine learning. You understand? So to the best of my understanding, I'm trying to make sure I limit the definition to the barest minimum. So machine learning is the process of teaching predictions when fed data. So what does that mean? It means that you want a computer to perform an operation for you, whether to predict a weather forecast, whether to predict if a request is fraudulent or not. That is basically machine learning, feeding existing data into the system. So the system learns from those existing data, and from there, the system will be able to, perform their operations. So let me give you an example. I'm sure every one of us went through some sort of education. So when we are in school, the lecturer, teach us. Let's say we study computer science, and there is this course CMP 202. So the lecturer will, take us through all the content, the course content, explain all the content of the course, then give us an assignment or an exam. So one of the reasons why we are able to pass those exams is that the lecturer has taught us those courses before. So we as a system, we've learned from the past data that the lecturer has fed into us, thereby allowing us, to solve the exam given to us. That is just the low-level explanation of machine learning. Do you understand? Ability for a system to make a decision based on the data that has been fed into it. That is it. Right? So there are different types of machine learning. There are three different types of machine learning. So there is supervised learning, there is unsupervised learning, and there is reinforcement learning. So I want to ask anybody, can you guess the meaning of supervised learning? Can you guess the meaning of unsupervised? Can you guess the meaning of reinforcement learning?
Supervised learning, sir.
Okay.
Supervised learning is the type of machine learning which can allow a data or a computer to monitor the data you have, train the data of the computer. Unsupervised learning without control is learning from the previous data you have trained from unsupervised and from supervised learning. Unsupervised learning is learning by itself. Reinforcement learning is teaching from like what and punishment. That is reinforcement learning. To my understanding.
Okay. Okay. Any other person? Any other person? Okay, that's fine. Thank you for your comment. So a supervised learning is a type of learning such that, like the example I gave earlier, when an existing result are being fed along with the data to a system. So the system can learn the question and the answer at the same time. That is basically supervised learning, because you are providing an answer to every question that is available, which means you are teaching the system on the best process of solving a problem. Do you understand? Like if you check the slide that I have here, in supervised learning, ML algorithm is given a small data set to work with. This data set is a smaller part of the bigger data set that serves to give the algorithm a basic idea of the problem solution. And data points to be dealt with. Like I said, data points to be dealt with. So the training data set is also similar to the final data set in its characteristics and provide the algorithm with the labeled parameters required for the problem. So the labeled parameters, as you can see, is the result or the answer of every given question in the data set. So, like I said, I will also give an example from the human perspective. Like, for example, now, maybe during our secondary school days, when we were about to write WAEC or GC, we used to buy past questions. Past questions are questions from that they are questions that has been done before now, and those past questions they came in with answers, right? So just because we have the answers as part of the past questions, that is in supervised learning. As we are reading the question, we can go and check the answers. Do you understand? So it gives us the ability to know how best to solve the question. So if we solve the question and if we didn't get the answer that was provided in the past question, that means we are wrong. So we'll continue to solve the problem until the answer that we have matches the answer that is given in the past question. So that simple stuff, it's what we call supervised learning. I understand. Any question? Any question? So the second example, or the second type of machine learning is unsupervised learning, right? But can anybody give me this answer? Because it is direct opposite of supervised learning. Can anybody give me the answer to this?
Yeah. Unsupervised learning is like without teaching the computer how to do a task or something. The computer will teach itself from the data.
Okay, yes, correct. Although not 100% correct, I think that would be around 90% correct. But you are
no,
correct.
which 100%, sir.
No, so you get to know why I said it's not 100% correct.
Okay.
But you are still right. You are still right. I'll tell you. So in unsupervised learning, there is no specific labeled data set. What do I mean by that? There is no specific answers to every question. So you are only giving the computer all the question to solve. So the question, the computer will take all the question and start, solving them based on how he sees it. Do you understand? So you are correct in that aspect. There is no answers that are being fed along with the question to the machine. We are only feeding in the question. So that is unsupervised learning. The third one is reinforcement learning. So for reinforcement learning, there is no data is being fed into the system. The way that works is simple. You give the computer, you put the computer in a state. Then you tell the computer to do a task. If the task is successful, you award points to the computer. So the more points you award to the computer, if the task is not successful, you deduct a point. So that is how you start to collect your data, because there is no existing data. The computer has to generate its own data based on iterations or steps or the process that he has gone through. Do you understand? So for supervised and unsupervised learning, supervised learning, you give the computer training data set and the answer to this data set. In unsupervised learning, you give the computer just the data set, which is the question, without an answer. In reinforcement learning, you don't give the computer anything. The computer gets to generate both the questions and the answers. Right? Are we on the same page?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Cool. Let me know if you have questions along the way so I can answer them, right? Moving on. So what are the applications of machine learning? Can we all talk about, can we list at least one applications of machine learning? Application of machine learning. I want each of us to list at least one application of machine learning.
Yes, the application like the company or the application using machine learning.
No. So what I mean by application of machine learning is where can we use machine learning? What can we use machine learning?
Artificial intelligence.
It can only work it can only work if you have a huge data like banking system,
Most of
schools and online learning.
Hello?
Okay.
Hello?
Another answer.
To generate subtitle for videos.
Okay, that's actually correct. That's correct. Another one. Another one.
Okay, a lot of things you are doing involved machine learning. Google, for example, all of those search when we are searching, machine learning is involved. All the virtual assistants that we have, there are machine learnings all involved in all of them. So machine learning, even your phone, the cameras that you are using these days, there are machine learning that are actually involved in all of them. So technically, we have been using machine learning, but we are not even aware that we have been using machine learning. Thank you.
Yes. Correct. Any other answer? Anybody? Feel free to say anything that is on your mind.
Yes, for military intelligence, if you search for missiles, there's supposed to be using machine learning in intercontinental ballistic missiles. They are using machine learning there.
Yes. You are right.
Like, and drone camera, drone.
Yes. Yeah. You are also right. Correct. So let me show you. So these are examples out of many examples. These are tiny examples out of many examples of application of machine learning. Like you can see, language translation. If you go to Google Translate, you can translate text between 2 or more languages, right? Medical diagnosis. We use machine learning learning in medical diagnosis these days. Stock market trading, stock market prediction. We use machine learning to predict stock, if a stock is going up or going down. Online fraud detection. We use machine learning highly on that. Virtual assistant. Somebody mentioned virtual assistant. We use machine learning in virtual assistant. Email and spam, email spam and malware filtering. So, for example, if you check your Gmail, you can see that there are some emails that are in your spam folder. This is a work of machine learning. Machine learning filters what emails goes to the spam based on existing data that has been fed into it. Self-driving cars. I'm sure you guys know Tesla. Self-driving cars are powered by machine learning.
Tesla.
Tesla, yes.
Elon Musk.
You guys know Tesla?
Yeah.
Yes,
We know
Elon
Tesla.
Musk.
Yes. Elon Musk company, yes.
Yes.
So self-driving cars actually use something like reinforcement learning and computer vision. So they use machine learning.
And even Waymo car. That Google company.
Can you repeat that? I didn't get that.
Waymo, WAYMO, Waymo car. They're using self-driving cars.
Yeah, yes. So they are based on machine learning. Product recommendation. If you go to Jumia and maybe you bought something last time, they will recommend similar products to you. Traffic prediction. Machine learning is also used in traffic prediction. Speech recognition. All these text to speech to text, they are built on machine learning. Image recognition. Somebody made an example that all our cameras, they have inbuilt machine learning, and that's true. All these facial recognition to unlock your phone is based on machine learning. There are tons of them, like I said. So I picked few examples out of them. So maybe from your leisure time, just think about things that you can solve with machine learning. Do you understand? Automated systems, they are built on machine learning. Any questions from that? Okay. So moving on. Now we've talked about the applications and the definitions of machine learning. Let's talk about the algorithm that powers machine learning, because the basis of machine learning is mathematics and statistics. So the higher level is what we are using to build this system. So let's go to the lower level, which is the algorithm that powers this system. Now we have different ML algorithms, and these are few examples of them. So the first one is linear regression. The second one is logistic regression. We have decision tree. We have SVM. SVM is support vector machine. We have naive Bayes. We have KNN, which is K nearest neighbor. We have K-means algorithm. We have random forest. We have SVD, which is a short form of singular value decomposition. We have PCA, which is a short form of principal component analysis. We have XGBoost. We have light GBM and neural networks. So if you want to go into machine learning, these are things that you need to know. There is no You can't cut corners. There is no you can't rig the system. You can't beat it. You have to learn all these things. So because these are what powers machine learning itself. These are all the algorithms that machine learning models are built on. Do you understand? Moving forward. So now that we've seen the application of machine learning, we've seen the algorithms that back this system up. How do we get started? And I'm sure you guys must have been asking that question. How do you get started in machine learning? How do I get started? How do I get started? Well, it's simple. For you to get started in machine learning, it's actually nothing. It's not complicated. It's not a rocket science anymore. Getting started, these are what you need to do. These are the softwares, the packages that you need. You need to know how to write Python. Although there are other languages that machine learning is written in, such as Java and R. But I love Python. Python is easier to know, and there are a lot of resources for Python if you want to get started in machine learning. And you should also get yourself familiar with a software called Jupyter Notebook. We have sklearn, which is scikit-learn, is a package in machine learning that contains all this machine learning. We have Keras. Keras is used for deep learning. We have TensorFlow. We have Pandas. We have NumPy. We have Matplotlib, and we have Google Colab. Google Colab is a free software, a free cloud software that helps us to train our machine learning model on the cloud for free. Right? Moving on. So, for example, if you want to learn more about machine learning, theoretical and practical side, these are resources that you can start with. YouTube, Coursera, CS229, Stanford Machine Learning course, they are free. Kaggle, all these resources that are listed here are free. Although they are paid course, but just because we are starting, I don't want us to spend
Let me ask
every
you a question based on the resources.
Yeah.
Which one would you recommend?
Oh, so it depends on where you are starting from. If you are a software engineer, or if you know about Python, because that is the basic, you need to learn Python. If you know about, if you don't know about Python, you need to start from YouTube, learn about Python. You have free resources about Python. Once you understand Python, the rest are not that much, but you need to understand Python. That's the base. So
I know Microsoft. I know Microsoft also have some resources. Let me say some frameworks like ML.NET. What
yes.
would you say about that?
So those one are deep learning. I won't advise you to start with that because those are higher level. You need to start from traditional machine learning. So traditional machine learning.
So you can start with Google TensorFlow. There is from beginner to the expert. That one they give.
Like I said,
Google TensorFlow.
Like I said, you should not start with TensorFlow. That is high level. That is deep learning. Don't start with that. These are what you should start with. You should start with linear regression, logistic regression, decision tree. This is what you guys should start with. But before you start with this, you need to learn Python. Do you understand? So, like I said, learn Python first, then you can start checking YouTube, checking Coursera, checking Stanford. All those courses are free.
Please, can you go back to one slide, like slide 12?
Sure, yes.
Yeah. So which one of them is package here and which one is a software?
So the main, like Jupyter Notebook is a software, right? Jupyter Notebook is a software. Python is a programming language. Do you understand? sklearn is a package.
Sure.
Keras is a package. TensorFlow is a package. Pandas package. NumPy they are package. The only software here is Jupyter Notebook.
Okay.
Of course, it's not compulsory you use Jupyter Notebook. You can use your favorite IDE like VS Code or Sublime or Notepad++. But you know, Jupyter
Visual
Notebook.
Studio.
Yes, Visual Studio is VS Code. But Jupyter Notebooks allows
Visual Studio is the heavier way.
Jupyter Notebook is yes, that's why I didn't put it there. It's heavy. So, but Jupyter Notebook is built specifically for data scientists or getting started in machine learning. That's why I put it there.
Okay.
Right. So, guys, ask me questions before I move on.
So, for a software developer,
so
the question
yeah,
continue. For a
continue.
software developer who have very deep knowledge of, at least I've been playing in that industry for the past 13 years. How easy would you think it would be to switch? I know learning Python is not going to be an issue for me, but how easy would it be? How easy do you think it would be switching to machine learning, AI?
So I think I was in that phase some years ago because I was actually a software engineer also. I've actually been a software engineer now my life. But machine learning, and it's actually flexible. Do you understand? Once you understand how these algorithms, do you want to go deep or do you want to do it on the surface area? If you want to go deeper,
of course,
you start reading research papers.
I have a let me say, I have a way of doing things. I don't just learn things for the sake of learning. Of course, I'm actually going deeper.
Do you understand? If you believe you are making progress, then you start getting deeper. Do you understand? That's my advice. At least that was how I started. So and it has been working out for me.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So any questions? So this is the part that you guys are supposed to ask me numerous questions. I've been the one asking questions. So at least each one of you should ask me at least 5 questions. Each one.
Hello.
So,
let me
I want to ask. The question I want to ask has to do with the hectics. What are the things that are actually being put? Because you according to you, you have actually spent years in this industry. So I know you know the best practices and all that.
Yeah.
Now we know that there have been some school of thought that have the opinion that a computer will take over the world very soon if we go this route. And of course, computer is actually taking away some jobs. But then what I know about programming, probably because I'm not yet deep into AI and ML, what I know about programming is computer is as dumb as possible. It's what you tell the computer to do that it will do. But now we're now having computers that are learning and can learn more than you. You know, what you think you know, they can learn more. So what are the question now is, are there some rules, guidelines to be followed while developing AI, while developing AI-related projects?
Okay. Thank you for your question. So with regards to the rules that you are supposed to follow. To be honest, aside from the fact that you are building robotics, there is no really a laid down rules. It is only when you are building systems such as self-driving cars or robotics system that can
industries.
have, what's the right word? That can have that can endanger human life. Like for example, now self-driving cars. If they have an accident, someone can die while in the process. Do you understand? So if you are not building that kind of system, if you are only building typical facial recognition, text to speech, there is no rules that you have to follow. Do you understand?
So I wanted to add something on slide 10 and 12.
Okay, slide 10.
Okay, I wanted to ask that for these algorithms, are there recommendations that you can use or you can give, or depending on the project you have?
Yes, so there is no recommendation because all these algorithms are used for different purposes. Like for example, there are some algorithms that work with huge data. There are some that work well with small data. There are some algorithms. So it is based on the problem you are solving for and the amount of data that you have.
Okay. Now another question that I have is this.
Sorry, I wanted to add something on 12 too. Okay. Let's finish this. Okay, so assuming someone is completely new to machine learning and you want to start, based on these packages, what are the basics that you need? You had mentioned 1, 2, and 3 earlier, but I want just to confirm.
So like I said, your base is Python. You need to learn Python. Python is the number one. Once you learn Python, scikit-learn, then pandas and NumPy. That's what you need.
Hello.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah,
I have a question.
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay.
For instance, I'm a software developer, and mostly the softwares I develop, I use C#. That means .NET on the platform, both website and desktop and mobile. Now, if I want to learn machine learning, that means you said the easiest way is to go through Python.
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah.
Now,
yes,
how
yes.
easy would it be for me to integrate Python with my to integrate the machine learning that I may learn later, to how easy it is for me to integrate it with the existing project or any new project that I have to build on. And the next question is, on its own,
okay,
or must it be integrated with another application?
The way most company does this, based on the project I've worked on, you can't combine it. So you have your model in a separate system. You have your software in another system. So your software communicates with the machine learning model via an HTTP request. They send information back and forth. You understand? At least that is the best way to do that.
Yeah. Even if you are, my take on that is, even if you are writing in the same language, right? You still have to separate, because you can't, group up things together in one application and then you. That's not the best practice. It's not the best. So you still have to separate
you have to separate.
Probably split up in a microservice or something, and then they communicate and get data. So my question now is, to ask. That is escaped my mind. I'll ask
Okay.
when I remember.
Okay. Let me ask a question. Sorry. What you have here on the slide 12. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. What you have here on slide 12, is this a definite order that you can start with? Because someone like me, I have exposure to Python, Jupyter Notebook, Pandas, NumPy, and Matplotlib. So does it mean I've
Yes.
skipped some things? Do I have to?
No. You're on the right track. You're on the right track. This is
okay.
not in order. Do you understand? If I'm put it in order, let me just put it in order. Let me put it this. So this will be the order. If you want to follow order, this will be the order. Do you understand?
Okay.
This will be the order. If you want to follow another, what I have here is the order.
Okay, excuse me, sir. Mine is recommendation. The lecture was really nice and simple, easy to understand. But I have a recommendation for those talking about Python. There's a way you can learn Python easily using the Blue Tree School. There is a beginner's way of learning Python there in the Blue Tree School. You can learn from beginning. If you have some little experience, you can choose any program and start working on. So I think there's a way you can learn Python easily.
Yes,
sorry, can you repeat that?
There are so many free resources. So what she's saying is that
in Python.
It's available online. You can learn anything, most programming stuff from there.
Yes, you can learn Python from there. There's Python for beginners and other aspects of learning programming language.
I think at this stage, I want to buy all the men. Let's listen to women on machine learning, I beg. Shitu and John, don't stop pressing us.
Yeah. So
for women now, machine learning. All these men are oppressing women.
Learning. What do you want us to talk about? I've understood.
No, I have
what he has talked about the machine learning.
Back to your question.
Mr. Michael, sorry.
Your question.
My boss, sir.
Machine learning impact.
One of us.
Impact machine learning.
They will ask their question. Let me just ask mine. I think I just remembered this. So, how is this thing escaping my mind? I just remembered and the thing. So that when you have
when you remember, write it down. Write it down. Just write it down when you remember.
Any other question? Any other question?
Is mess in the house?
Yes.
Hello, sir.
Is Messi in the house?
Okay, now what I wanted to ask is this. Mr. Michael, there is, let me call it, there is a way, there is something that is actually invoked now. They say everybody's going API based, and then so now the question I want to ask is, I know there is, I've forgotten their name. I know they provide API for things like this. Do we have a resource whereby you can leverage on, for example, if you are building a machine learning, an AI project, and then you need to do facial recognition. Is there any already made package you can just send your own data to that has been trained? You instead of you spending time to train for vision, to train for kinetics, to train for all those things. Now, if we have other services that have been trained, and you can just send in some and then keep using your system so that it will now look as if you are the one that have built it. Do you have
Yes.
such?
Of course, it's available now. So AWS and Google, they have something like that, but it's expensive if you continue to use them.
Okay. So what disadvantage there now is the money, the cost.
Yes, but it's available. It's available. AWS, you just need to plug into them, then start using them. But if you are building a system that is not profitable, you can't use that kind of service because you continue to pay. And you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any question?
Please, I have a question.
Yeah.
Go ahead, ask.
Ask your question. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Yusuf.
Okay. I think that's internet.
Probably
Any
the
question? I'm
next
taking questions. Yeah, I'm taking questions.
Hello, I have a question.
Okay.
Sir, can we get these slides after the workshop?
Yes, you can get the slide. My boss will provide the slide for you.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, I guess you're talking. Your mic is muted, sir.
Yes, I mean, I will get the slide only across to the head of house.
Head of house. Okay, thank you. Please send it over. Thank you, sir.
He's the head of house.
You guys can impeach me. I don't mind.
Right. Any more questions? So we can have a thank you. So please,
Mr. Michael, I really appreciate the time and the knowledge you have actually imparted. So I want to say thank you so much. Thank you.
First and foremost, let me say that he has actually been able to simplify machine learning as much as it can ever be. And you agree with me that these are constituent, materials for a whole lot of other things in future for you, for all of you. Why I was particularly looking up for the women to speak was I wanted to hear the women angle to some of this predictive stuff and how women see machine learning. So I still have people like a Klimatu, the Messis of this world. Awa has given some recommendations, but quite frankly, not until we enforce that we apply this in our future thinking, then we may just want to use machine learning as English language. Machine learning is beyond the English language. It's a very practical thing. If you remember some time when was it the United Nations that produced one robot that was called Sophia? Who is familiar with Sophia?
Yes.
Yes, we are indigenous of Saudi Arabia now.
So much of what you guys have been through here went into Sophia. But even at the early stage, Sophia didn't really produce what was required, and people were making a whole lot of noise. But I must tell you that months after, years after, a lot of water has crossed under the bridge. So Sophia, being that it was a woman, is why I wanted the women in this house to play a major role in machine learning. They should really take it seriously. Okay.
We'll try our best, sir.
No problem. Is this Ricky Matthew is not assuring me I'm messy?
Yes, I will try our best.
All right, okay. All the best.
I even have a question.
All the best, all the best. Guess I get that. The image and sound wasn't too good. But then, all right. So,
what is
gentlemen, please, can we, some of us were not in here. Some of us.
Challenges. What are the challenges in using machine learning?
What sound is that? Oh, Messi, right?
Some aspects of.
Is that Messi?
He's asking what the challenges in it's a Klimatu. So she was asking what the challenges would be in using machine learning.
Okay. So Matthew wants to know what are the challenges of machine learning.
Yeah. So basically, the challenges facing machine learning is one, the data. Most of the data are not readily available.
Yes, my challenge is.
You need to start sourcing.
Like our sounds are not too good. Or is it for me? Is the sound good?
The second one is
our sound is not okay. So what is the second one, Mr. Michael? We are listening.
So the first one is data collection, right? The second one is what's the right word? So people do not really want to take in AI developed solution 100% because so many people will actually lose their job if AI replace human jobs. Do you understand? So what is so when an AI product is being built, it will still be managed by humans. Do you understand? But that will not be for long.
Okay.
Was that message? I think I'm add some.
The last one, you said if it was developed, it will still be managed by humans, but it will not be for a long time. So you mean humans will not, even though humans are managing the models for now, but the models will grow to learn a lot of things over time to the point that it will not need a human managing it.
Yes.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, but then how is that the problem of man? Why should that be the problem of man?
Absolutely.
Sir, it's a problem of man. When man is afraid to lose a job because of AI.
We are creating more jobs.
Man will lose his job.
I don't think that's correct, Michael. Should man be afraid? No, Michael.
No, he's not saying man
it actually depends on your perspective.
So excuse me.
So
okay. Please don't listen to these people that are afraid of job loss. Let's for once.
I'm not afraid of job loss.
Why should man be afraid that the machine?
So, like I said, it depends on your perspective. Like for example, myself, I'm not afraid. Do you understand? I am an IT personnel. What I build is I build intelligence systems. So myself, I'm not afraid. Do you understand? Someone like you is not afraid. Someone like Benga, or what's his name, is not afraid. But let's take for example. Let's take for an example.
But John is afraid. John is afraid.
In 1999, there was a movie shot aerially. So they used an helicopter and a cameraman was sitting in an helicopter, right? They shot the movie, which is fine. But these days, movie directors are using drone. Do you understand?
Yes.
Drone has already replaced the pilot and the cameraman.
Those ones that hang by the side of the car,
said,
moving car.
Yes.
They'll do like this.
Yes. That's why I said it depends on the perspective. Yeah. So that is it. That's it.
But the question is this.
An addition, sir.
No.
Hello?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yes,
we can
hear you.
If you are intelligent, you don't need to worry about the machine can take over your job
Thank you,
because
Mr.
you
Ayuba. Let me
create.
tell John. Thank you, Ayuba. Let me tell John. Repeat it. Let John understand that. Why is he afraid?
If you are if you are really intelligent, you should not be afraid.
So John, you
Robot
can
or
hear
machine
that.
can
You are not intelligent.
take your job. Yeah, that is the that is the main purpose of this meeting. How you can create smart job for you. Don't go and do and go and carry down all the
Don't make other people panic.
But I have a question.
I think the issue of
I'm driving a car. My only profession, the only thing I know is how to drive a car. When machine learning take over driving, then what job will I do?
Yeah,
In the first place, you go for passion, go for competence.
So,
You'll be jobless.
But no, that's comfort for you. You don't need to drive the car.
Yes, it's comfortable for you.
I'm a driver. I earn my living by driving other people's car.
Okay, let me tell everybody. Some of us.
There is one thing for sure that I know. As far as change is concerned, we can't go without machine learning. So I don't think it's time to, I think we have passed the time to think of what job will I do if machine learning has taken over. Now is what will I invent more to even so that the machine learning will help me move further. So the machine learning is not here to make people jobless as how people are thinking of it. It is here to make things move faster. So I think if we look beyond our comfort zone, we'll see a lot of opportunities.
Thank you. If how I wish I can pick a head of house. Who spoke now? That person looked like my head of house. That guy is speaking like my head of house.
No, but you see, hello, sir.
Yes.
Hello, sir.
Let's go ahead.
You see, I think for we that are here, it wouldn't be a problem to us whether there'll be job loss or not. Because
Mr. David Yako, there's a problem. John is afraid.
So John needs to stop being afraid. He needs to stop being afraid because for us, we are developing the right skills to remain relevant even in the next 100 years if we're alive. Now, but you see, it is also germane.
Okay, Mr. Michael, you can unshare your screen.
Okay.
It means that he may not have what to do.
Great, thank you.
Another example is for people who work in assembly plants, people who assemble cars. They wake up one day and discover that they are no longer needed, that machines were assembled. So I think it's also giving orientation to the society on skill sets to develop to remain relevant in the future. So there will be no need for panic about job loss.
No, you are right. You're right. Yes. Actually, so the people that are afraid of machine learning has no choice. When Uber, Bolt, and the rest of them started, we used to have Kabu drivers in Antony Village where I used to be, and there's under a tree that you have to go to tap on them when they are sleeping to wake up, to clean their cab and take you to where you are going. But now you don't have to go to the Kabu park. You go to your app on your phone and call the next cab to drive to your place and pick you to go. So it means that all those men whose means of livelihood were Kabu, driving those old cars, and they were sleeping overnight in those shelters and earning some money for their family and all of that. All of a sudden, they had this economic shock. As soon as Uber, Bolt, and the rest of them took over those businesses from them, and they were practically not seeing anybody come to under the tree to call them to take them to places. It was a shock to many of them. Same way, our parents were photographers. But here you are, all of you here, especially this John. He's a better photographer. Look at what he designed for all of you to bribe you people for. This was done by professional photographers many years ago. That was the source of their livelihood. And there was that shock that took this business off their hands and placed it on the palm of every one of you. So it's about the economic development and the onward movement of the economy. It's either you move with the pace or you stay displaced.
Or you stayed behind.
Yes, that's
And once
why
you
we
are
are innovators,
displaced,
looking for
once you are
solutions.
displaced, that can be pretty costly for you to catch up. Now, how is machine learning an emerging trend for brand new prosperities? As soon as these new problems are emerging, thank God for COVID-19, it's making us to see all these problems. And you having this potential of using machine learning technology to solve problems of the society, you are solving a problem as well as making yourself more prosperous. So you now decide to say that you don't want to be prosperous? I don't know what you're talking about. John, don't advise us otherwise. So even if you want a business and you bring the concept of machine learning to your business production cycle and flow, remove human beings and put machine learning concepts. The business owner will take his bottom line improvement, will see his money. But put human beings there and the owner of the business will never see his money. In fact, from an experience, Nestle Food in Nigeria and some other manufacturing companies in Nigeria, they complain that as they distribute their goods from the factory to distribution site where they are going to give goods out to the people in the markets, their trucks get vanished. They will disappear. Truck will disappear. Drivers will disappear. Their goods will disappear. So if you have predictive technologies that are able to start all these goods and move from the factory to their various destinations and they are safe, are you telling me the business owner should be waiting for one job that one person has to come and is destroying his bottom line?
No.
Please rethink. I warn, there is no more job. Truly, that is no more a myth. What you have today is service. What you call job is that thing that you invite people to sit down 30, 31 days, you pay them what you call salary, whether they do anything or not. The reward system for job and what you call service are not the same. A service, you actually offer a value that is equal to the reward you get. But job, the salary you get is just for the fact that you're employed for 30 and you were in the office for 30, 31 days and you are paid statutorily or something. So it's no longer going to be the same thing. So if you're talking about job, please close that thing, because you are also job creators for those who didn't go to school. If you went to school, you are the ones to create these jobs now. They will never remain on political manifestos because that's a piece of paper. And they died the same day they were announcing to you they are creating 10 million jobs. Jobs are not created on the surface of papers. So Michael, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And okay, sorry, I have Mohamed Abubakar. He raised his hand. So please, Abubakar. Abubakar is actually of the Ministry of Justice. I don't know why you did not participate to tell me where machine learning should take over all those issues you have in the justice system in the country. Mohamed Abubakar, your question or your message?
Yes. Thank you. Hello, good evening, everyone.
Is the best place to tell us.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Good evening, everyone.
Yes, good evening.
Thank you, Mr. Mike, for the presentation. It is quite interesting. Mine is just a comment regarding whether we'll be part of this fascinating features of artificial intelligence or not. We have no any other option but to be part of it.
Yes.
Why? Because we are no more in the first industrial revolution. We are no more in the second and third. We are now in the fourth.
Yes.
And the fourth industrial revolution is dealing with anything that has to do with smartness, very soon, I think our houses and our offices and everything will be smart. So we have no
already.
We have no option but to be part of it. Looking at how the developing countries are moving faster, my own comment is that we as an individual or as a youth in our community, we have to start thinking of how we are going to engage our communities, especially youth, who are the futures of tomorrow. Let them understand that these smart phones that each and every one of them is using to do WhatsApp and Facebook, the importance of this mobile phone is beyond that chatting. We are bigger than to use it just for chatting. We should start thinking of what can we learn through this smartphone to use, to learn it from other developed countries, to use it and make our own developing countries to be developed. So I think this is where we need to start thinking. I'm sure each and every one of us here, either you are an ICT guru or not, you must embrace this kind of using of technologies, innovations, in the sense that in the next maybe few years, before we know, everything like our own transportation system will be transported 100% with electric. So no more manual activities. So we should start rethinking on how we are going to use this innovation to make our developing countries to be better, more and more developed. Thank you. That's my comment.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So we're just trying to wrap up.
No, please, I just have a question.
Oh, please go ahead then.
Please, was there any difference between machine learning and artificial intelligence?
Okay, Mr. Michael?
So machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence is just like a general umbrella that powers all these things. Do you understand? So outside machine learning, we still have deep learning also. But the section that we are discussing today is machine learning, which is under artificial intelligence.
Understand.
Okay.
So Abubakar, you are good with that?
Yeah, I'm good, sir. I get it.
You said you were to combine this with so many other things, would have been an overkill.
Yes, sir.
You'd be like cola, you won't be able to sleep tonight. I have Endurance in the house. Endurance, how are you? How are you? Endurance, can we have you? That's Edo State. And he's been out of the session since. Was Endurance in the house? And it looks his sound is not too okay. Endurance, please let me share one joke. For your event next week webinar, if you look at the program, there is an Oyibo woman that is to handle Edo State's presentation. So the woman had to call me that, okay, fine, she can pronounce Endurance. How will she pronounce the second name? That's Dr. Daniela Pluy. That she will be able to pronounce Endurance, but she would definitely have a problem pronouncing the second part of the name. And I said, she shouldn't worry. Just say Endurance Innovation Bed, and we will understand. So when she sounds your name as that, don't be offended. So now, is Endurance there? Okay, so I think we should wrap up this program then. Mr. Michael, once again, thank you so much. And we're happy that you're able to join us today. And I'm sure sometime next week we'll be able to do some additional stuff together in some other aspects of this content. So from me, I'm from Innovationbed House. My housemates, please, can you say hey? Can you just share your thoughts and thank Mr. Michael as we wrap up? Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Michael, thank you very much. I so much appreciate your presentation today. I went through the basics of some of the things you have on slide 12, Python, NumPy, and the rest. And actually, I think I got a little bit lazy on the road, but you have rekindled the urge to learn more and move forward. So thank you very, very much.
Okay, thank you so much.
Merci beaucoup, my brother. All the best. Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Good night. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Thank you so much. Good night.
All the best. And please, can you carry the media people along? It's like you were afraid of our session. Can somebody carry them along? You have to carry them along. Who will do that job? Class prefect for now, because what's it called? A head of house has to emerge, and that will be tomorrow night. So, any question on the head of house task? Any question on the head of house task? Any question?
So, are we still maintaining submissions after this workshop?
Oh, very well. Yes. That's true. You can see that I didn't want him to point to this lecture, so you don't give me that as an excuse. A head of house that is marked for next week must be a farmer. So that next one, either everybody will have to go and do another thing. You must be who we want you to be. So the head of house must be multiple. Because by nature, every one of us is a farmer. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
That's fine.
If we are going to make you a teacher, so that we can also help those that are into education, the head of house with a management upper week, that must be an educationist. Okay, but next week, the head of house must come out of a farming task. Okay. So nobody has any question on that. So we can call this session a close, right?
Okay, sir.
So night, everybody. All the best and goodbye.